Hey Motive Nation, Nick Parr here with you again in Grand Rapids, Michigan at Spectrum Lanes, introducing the brand new Primal Rage Evolution. Obviously, there's a lot of hype behind this ball. The original Primal Rage came out 11 years ago. Obviously, this was our first title win out on the PBA Tour with Jake Peters. This is EJ's first title ball, and I know that he's going to love throwing this next year out on tour. This is definitely something that we've been looking for back in our line. I've had a lot of buzz about this ball already, bringing back the Primal Rage name, bringing back the Impulse V2 core. This does utilize the new propulsion FYJ Pearl Reactive cover stock, which was found on the Raptor Rush originally. The cover is a little bit cleaner. It's 5500 LSP, so it is going to be cleaner than, say, the Raptor Rush, not only because of the finish, but also because of the higher RG that the Impulse V2 has compared to the Affliction core. So what you're going to see out of this ball is something that's going to get you down lane really easy. It's going to get across the flat, maybe on like some tournament patterns. It's just going to get across it really easy, store a bunch of energy, and make that strong motion down lane. I definitely am going to use this when there's a bunch of friction to throw it at, and I just need to get left and make sure that I throw it right, and it's going to come back. So the first Primal Rage Evolution you're going to see me throw is my pinup layout. This is 55 by 5.5 by 35. This is the one that I know that I can get left into the puddle, and it's going to get across it, no problem, store a bunch of energy, and be sideways down lane off of it. So I'm going to use this more when they're just starting to transition probably, and I have to take a step left, and maybe that Raptor Rush is a little too big and it's bogging down in the oil because it's got a stronger finish and core compared to this ball. So this one's going to allow me to open up the lane and see a lot more down lane motion. And the second Primal Rage Evolution you're going to see me throw is my pin down layout. This is 45 by 5 3/4 by 65. This one's going to allow me to really get it down lane and kind of blend out that friction. So I'm going to see less flare in the front. It's going to store more energy, but because it's down, it's going to be a rounder motion overall. It's not going to be so sideways or force me too far left and have to throw it left to right as much as the pinup layout. All right, comparing the Rage Evolution to the Raptor Rush, you'll see that the Raptor Rush is able to be played in a similar zone compared to the Primal, but it does dig a little bit sooner and makes it a little bit more rounder necessarily, just because it's got a lower RG and a little bit more teeth on the cover, just because of the finish. So you'll see that it does see the mid lane a little bit harder, but you're still going to see that very fast motion off the end of the pattern. Personally, I think that if you're a little bit more speed dominant, you would match up better to the Raptor Rush, and conversely, if you're a little bit more rev dominant, you would match up better with the Primal Rage because it does have that higher RG, so it's going to get down lane a little bit easier for those people that really strap on it and don't necessarily have the high ball speed to keep up with that rev rate. Comparing the Rage Evolution to the Primal Shock, you see that the shock's a little bit rounder. It's going to be in the oil a little bit more, so that's actually digging and being a little bit rounder motion overall. I did actually have to move a little bit further right, just because I knew that I was going to be shallower angles and not have to use the friction as much as, say, the REDBALL. Comparing the Rage Evolution to the Pride Liberty, I was actually able to move a little bit further right back with the Liberty and still see a very fast motion down lane, but it didn't allow me to open my angles nearly as much as the Primal Rage Evolution, just because it's got a little bit lower RG and it is asymmetric, so it's going to want to see that mid lane a little bit more, but I had to be shallower just because it's not as fast as that Rage Evolution is down lane.